In Manhattan, Lakers and Knicks from Madison Square Garden. The NBA takes center stage on the world's biggest stage tonight in New York. It's Kobe, Shaq, and the three-time defending NBA champion Lakers against Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, and the New York Knicks. And good evening, everyone. Great to have you with us tonight. There is a buzz inside the sold-out Garden tonight, as you might expect. Both these teams, the Lakers and Knicks, have resurrected their respective seasons. Without Latrell Sprewell to begin the year, the Knicks began 1-8. He comes back from injury. They're 20-19, and now they are just 2 games out of the playoff race in the East. The Lakers, in late December, were 8 games below 500. Since that time, they've gone 12-4, and for the first time since November 3rd, they are even, 23 up and 23 down. Why the change? Well, that's why I brought in John Thompson and Danny Ainge to let you know why. I think they probably have different opinions, and John, I'll start with you. Why?
Kevin, must we dwell on the obvious? Shaquille O'Neal is the reason why. If Shaquille is healthy, if Shaquille is getting in better condition, he interjects the fear factor into the opponent. And that's extremely important with the Lakers, and they've lost a lot of that. But this guy, the little guy, man.
I love the little guys, but nobody's playing better basketball right now than Kobe Bryant. And yes, a lot of it is the presence of Shaq, but Kobe is scoring at an unbelievable rate, 39 points a game. The guy's getting 7 assists, and they've even changed the offense. Phil Jackson has gone to the playbook from the playoffs and said, hey, we're going to open the court more, we're going to run pick and rolls in transition, we're going to give...
Has played about the best he has ever played in a 4-game span in his career.
Yeah, and he's doing everything. And I love what Phil Jackson did. You know, he usually waits till the playoffs. They run a play called bounders. They set up and set a pick for him in transition. They're starting to do that a lot more. He had to bring it out of the playbook in December this year because of their bad start. Kobe's playing unreal.
The New York Knicks have won 3 consecutive games at home. And the Los Angeles Lakers have won 3 straight on the road. Something's got to give. Here we go. Sprewell against Kobe Bryant. A wide-open Kurt Thomas, who is having a career year. And there's Bryant taking it into the palms of Fox and down low to Shaquille O'Neal, the number 5 scorer in the NBA, and shooting 56% from the field this year.
Well, right away, that was too easy. He caught the ball too low. He turned in the middle without any help coming. The Knicks will be out of here in a hurry if they do that. They've got to come down on him, and they've got to stop him from getting it that easily.
And I can't imagine that's the game plan, Coach. I'm sure at the shoot-around they want to talk about, or they talked about doubling Shaq because Kurt Thomas is such an important part of their team. And, you know, Kurt gets that open jump shot. That's one part of his game that's excellent, is that little mid-range jump shot.
Nice defense by Kobe at the other end, launching it 2. Rebound by Kurt Thomas, who is on a TCU and one of the most valuable New York Knicks, but the best players got the ball right now for New York. Latrell Sprewell for 2. Hits the shot clock, goes back to Los Angeles. 0 for 3, the Knicks have started the game.
And Coach, you know, you said that if they let him play, if they let Thomas and those guys play, but you know what? If they let Shaq play, then it's over for Kurt Thomas. So
it's
you're
a real
saying,
crisis.
So you're saying if they let the Knicks play Shaq tough.
Here's Derek Fisher finding Samaki Walker over Thomas, who gave him some breathing space inside.
Well, and that again, I mean, that's a bonus point. You got Samaki Walker coming into the middle. Shaq comes into the middle too easily. The Knicks have got to really react team defensively wise a lot better to defend in the middle.
And you know, that's because of Shaq. They're going to double team Shaq on the block. They're going to double team Kobe whenever he has ISOs on the wing. Makes it tough.
2-time All-Star Allen Houston, who leads this New York team in scoring, knocks it in. That's the first hit tonight for the Knicks.
When the Knicks guards are doing posting, Kevin, that's because the Lakers are pretty good defensively on the perimeter. But if you slide down and play in the post, a lot of perimeter guys aren't as comfortable guarding the post-up person.
There's Samaki Walker, who has been invaluable on that front line with a Kurt Thomas rebound. Thomas averaging about 8.5, 9 rebounds a game. He's already got 2 lassoed in this first quarter. And a New York foul. This is on Allen Houston. A $100 million man for the New York Knicks.
Well, right here, Houston, this is what they've started doing a lot more lately, is more running less passing game, getting the ball down on the post, and trying to create double teams. There no double team comes. They don't want to leave the open three-point shot. The Lakers do not historically double team very much anywhere.
Bryant slashing inside, and he was fouled as he was cruising through the circle. Harrington was reaching in, so was Howard Isley. And the foul goes on Isley, the much-traveled Howard Isley, for the first time.
You know, maybe the Knicks need to warm up a little bit, but really the middle is extremely open for penetration and for posting by the Lakers. They've got to definitely close that middle up.
Here's Shaq working on Thomas. Size advantage, obviously, for O'Neal, who just plays with Thomas inside the lane.
You know, guard him staying behind him, Danny. You can't just let him get that low and stay behind him. Shaq hardly has to jump to score off of that.
Right, and Shaq is shooting the outside shots, so to speak, for him. He's at the end of his range right there, but he's not being very aggressive. But, Coach, I've been watching the last 4 games, and they do not give Shaq this much room. I mean, Shaq, in this game so far, the first 2 post possessions, he's getting the ball deep before double teams even come. He just goes away from the double team. He's got to be feeling pretty excited right now. That's more room than he's had.
Rick Fox just picked up a foul.
Well, that's one of the things that they said earlier, that they tried to force Shaq in the middle so the help would be there, but he's going into the middle and no help is there.
Here's Fox, who's picked up his game. In fact, you've seen Ori, Fox, Devin George, Derek Fisher all contribute more. The first miss by O'Neal and a rebound by Allen Houston.
And 3 guys came up that time to help on Shaquille O'Neal.
3 picks by Sprewell, right down the lane to Phil Harrington.
Well, that's what it does effective at. I mean, he's a guy that plays off of great players. He gives a lot of hustle, he roll rebound, and he'll do the dirty work for a coach.
Lakers have gone 3 of 6 from the field to start the game. Kobe Bryant up to Fisher, over to Fox, picked up by Houston, a 3. Good! That's the game's first 3-point attempt and the first 3-point hit.
And that's huge for the Lakers. When you get Fisher, Fox, Ori, Devin George, Samaki Walker, all the role players starting to step up, I think that's the biggest difference in the Lakers' rally since December. First, Shaq is healthy, Kobe's playing unreal, but the role players are all doing their job too.
Houston nails it. Knicks have started the game 3 of 6 from the floor.
That's like giving Houston a layup, giving him that much space on the shot at that range.
It's a good one. Olympic gold medalist for the U.S. back in the 2000 season, averaging 21 points a game this year. The screen by Shaq. Knock away. Sprewell's defense picked up by Thomas. And here comes Sprewell to Howard Isley. Another start for him. And a rebound by Samaki Walker.
Well, that's the Knicks game. You know, the Lakers are the last in the league at defending the threes. New York's #1 at shooting the threes. They rely on that line out there, and they got to knock some of those down in transition as well.
Knicks have a 1-rebound lead so far on Los Angeles. Here comes Isley for 3. This is, in the New York Knicks, the #1 3-point shooting team in the NBA, as Danny told you to open our broadcast. And here comes Kobe Bryant at the other end.
A lot of pick and rolls by both teams. Neither team doing very good. A lot of outside shots are open in this game. And like I said, Lakers are not good at it. Isley hits the 3 at the other end.
Knicks have never led. Lakers have led by as many as 5. They're up now by 2.
And we see Shaq right here. He's getting into the paint now. 2 dribbles. Here comes 3 guys. Not much help, though. They go in the wrong area. Samaki Walker's wide open on the offensive glass. Pick and roll defense right here, but they're so concerned with Shaq. Kobe had the shot. Good defense by Kurt Thomas.
Houston has 4 then. They'll lead each team so far. Sprewell has started 0-2 from the field. After having 38 Tuesday night. Sprewell for 3. And a rebound. Chased by Thomas. Lost and picked up by Fox, who will race the other way. And find Shaq, who goes back into Fox. Out to Fisher, who bobbles it. That's a Laker turnover. Isley to the athletic Sprewell at the other end.
See, that's what the Lakers need to do. They need to, I'm sorry, that's what the Knicks need to do. They need to defend and get out quickly. You want to make Shaq use his feet as much as you possibly can, getting up and down the floor.
That's another Los Angeles turnover. Their 3rd in the first quarter. Allen Houston. Bryant with the rebound. Kobe is averaging a career-high, Danny, 28 points, a career-high 7 rebounds, a career-high 7 assists this year.
And he's shooting the ball so well. I mean, 12 3-pointers in one game just a couple weeks ago against Seattle. He's getting better in every element of the game.
Shaq was whacked inside by Kurt Thomas, who is a rugged player. He got it right on the bridge of the nose. Thomas picks up his first foul for the New York Knicks.
And that's important more than anything, is keeping Thomas out of foul trouble. And right here, where's the help? They've been helping him. They've had some success, a couple of turnovers right there. But I don't know what Kurt Thomas could do right there. Except duck and cover.
No, I think the thing is interesting about Shaq is whether off of movement he can get some lift off of his feet right now. I still feel that he's having a lot of difficulty with that foot. And I spoke to him before the game and asked him how much did it hurt. And he said it hurts an awful lot.
Well, they still limit his practice time. He rarely practices with the team. The elevation sometimes isn't there. But then you talk with a couple players, they said at practice the other day, he got up and slammed one in hard and getting some elevation.
Well, and that's what I notice about him too, Coach, is he gets it going as the game goes along. I see him do things like get out and run the break and do some things defensively in the fourth quarter games that may give you an indication that he's doing great. But he's always been a slow starter in games.
Othello Harrington, they ask him to play defense and rebound, and if he scores, that's extra. And here comes Kobe Bryant. Good defense by Sprewell. Walker tries to clean it up. Inside it's loose. Shaq has got it. And it's fouled again. They'll send him to the line.
Well, that's an example of a shot that ordinarily he would power through those guys and make that. He did a great job of hustling and getting it, but he still can't get back to the basket with the force that he used to be able to get back with.
Now, Danny, Kurt Thomas has 2 fouls.
Well, that's a killer. We see Doliak coming in, but that was the fear that Don Chaney had in starting Kurt Thomas on Shaq, is the possibility of him getting early foul trouble. And Doliak is a bigger body and just as good of a spot-up shooter as is Kurt Thomas, but not the athlete, not the offensive rebounder that Kurt Thomas is.
Shaq, who is shooting a career-high 60% from the free throw line, will be going to the All-Star game in Atlanta. Interestingly enough, he's got the career high in his free throw shooting, and now tonight he has gone 3 of 4, but he has got a field goal percentage of only 56%. That is his worst in the last 7 seasons in the league.
I think that's because he shoots a lot more shots from the perimeter, meaning the 12-foot, 10-foot fadeaways and jump hooks.
Allen Houston has started the game 3 of 4. He's got 6 points. There's the 10-year veteran out of Tennessee.
And if they're going to allow Allen Houston to play one-on-one that deep in the post, he's going to have a good night.
Kobe Bryant, right down the middle. Bryant with the patented shot has scored 4 and 2 of 3 from the field.
Well, a lot of confidence is flowing, man. I think that's a key thing right now with the Lakers. They have to play with confidence and instill fear back in their opponents. This is an example of what I was talking about, the Knicks trying to post a lot. I think they respect the defense on the perimeter of the Lakers. Now, Kobe, I mean, he can do whatever he wants to do. Post, shoot, jump shots, move anywhere he wants to. He's got a ticket to go anywhere.
Fisher picked up a foul. Doliak is in there for Kurt Thomas, who's on the bench with a couple of fouls. Here goes Sprewell, whittling his way free. Knocking one in. He has started 2 of 5, and he's got 4.
Well, both players scoring off again. The pick and roll offense. And right there, another turnover. Good defense, taking the ball out of Kobe's hands, not allowing the penetration.
Lakers have 4 turnovers. One knocked away by Kobe Bryant. Flying out of no place and swatting it away.
Well, that was a hell of a block, too, Kevin, because he blocked that coming down, not going up. He had gone up, and Othello thought he had him committed, but that just is an example of Kobe's reflex. He goes up. He's on his way down blocking that shot.
That's amazing.
That's a bad offensive play. You got to use the other side of the rim. You got to mix in a right hand every now and then.
That's a good offensive play. It's a great defensive play.
Sprewell. Harrington picked up by O'Neal. Shot clock showing 7. Othello Harrington.
And that's a pretty doggone good offensive play, too.
A John Thompson taught move at Georgetown.
That's called the slippery eel, Coach. Did you give him that move at Georgetown?
No, he didn't.
I told him he better not take that shot.
Oh, take credit for it, John. Take credit for it.
It's interesting because Shaquille O'Neal is guarding Othello Harrington now, and that Doliak.
Shaq has scored 9 points. He has a game-high 9 right now.
And that's because Othello is a low-post player. Doliak and Kurt Thomas are spot-up jump shooters. So smart move by Phil, I believe.
There's another foul. That's on Othello Harrington. Craig Sager, what do you have?
Well, Othello Harrington, according to his story, used to be a prolific scorer at Jackson, Mississippi High School until he was recruited to go to Georgetown. He said he bid his time for 2 years, and then the coach there recruited some short guy named Allen Iverson, changed the offense around. He said, I had to play defense or coach wouldn't play me. But he says that's what gave him his longevity and made him a player in the league that's been able to play without the ball and complement other people with his rebounding and defense. We'll be right back.
People that haven't seen him much. We'll see him in the second game tonight.
Plays for the Denver Nuggets. Here comes Kobe Bryant. Lakers have still not made a substitution. They're working inside, trying to get it to Shaq. Harrington digs it out. And here comes Isley. The New York Knicks, 47% shooting. What a drive by Howard Isley.
And another pick and roll. He's got a foul on Fisher. He hit a three-point on the pick and roll. That time he gets all the way to the rim. Poor Fisher, half the time he's out there on an island all by himself against the pick and rolls.
Lakers are shooting 54% from the floor. Shaq has a game-high 9. What a pass by O'Neal in to Samaki Walker.
Well, and that's a mess up in defense. Othello turned around and looked at Sprewell because he came over to try to double team on Shaq. I guess he wanted Sprewell to drop back, but they had better get it straight because that's what Walker will be able to have a field day on it. Double teams off of Shaq.
He'll be going for it. Picks up a foul. They call it on Kobe, and he's got his first of the night.
A good effort by Kobe. It looked like Kobe got tripped right there. But we see the pick and roll defense right here. Good screen coming down the court. No help. Fisher can't ever get in front of Isley. Isley's always been a good pick and roll player from his knowledge playing with Karl Malone and behind John Stockton in Utah.
And I think that also, Danny, reflects what is going on with Shaq's footwork right now, because under normal circumstances, if someone came through the middle like that, Shaq would contest it a heck of a lot more than he did that one by Isley.
Samaki Walker will leave, and he came down wrong on his foot that last possession. They brought in Robert Horry. He has been playing some nice basketball for Phil Jackson's Lakers.
Well, it'll be interesting to see because, you know, that pass that he made to Samaki, that Shaq made to Samaki, has been there 2 or 3 times already in this game. That was the first time the Lakers recognized it. But quite honestly, Coach, they're not even guarding Samaki. Now Robert Horry, more of a perimeter guy. We'll see if he can make them pay for the double teams.
Samaki Walker, in fact, is going back to the locker room. Shaq with another assist.
Now, that was a great pass. Was that a great pass or not? That was very nice.
But see, Shaq is anticipating that now. Early in the game, they double teamed. They got away with it. Now he's anticipating the double team off of the 4-man, and the 4-man's got 2 easy dunks. Very smart play by Shaq. You can't play the same defense against the Lakers time and time again.
John, who's the best passing big man you've ever seen?
Although he's a power forward, we can't classify him as a center.
Well, I think a lot of them can pass, but the very best of the passes is another issue, because most people who can score have to be able to pass it out of the post.
Rick Fox just picked up his second foul. Thus, Devin George comes off the bench. George, 4 years out of Augsburg. And while a lot of these guys are going to head down to Atlanta for the All-Star game, Devin George is going back to his hometown of Minneapolis, to tiny Augsburg College. They're going to retire his number 40 in Division III school. Shaq with another rebound.
And an excellent time. That defensive possession right there. The Lakers decided to double team Allen Houston. Kobe had him. They didn't think he could handle him one-on-one. Isaac was not able to convert.
Lakers +2 in rebounding. Robert Horry with his first offering tonight. Doliak grabs the rebound. Doliak has bounced around Orlando, Cleveland, free agent to the New York Knicks. He played with the Cleveland Cavaliers a season ago.
Horry will open up the middle for Shaq, as Danny indicated, because now Harrington can't slough off. He's got to go out and really respect his shot.
How about the outlet pass by Kobe Bryant at the other end, and Shaq was in waiting and fouled as he was going up.
Well, Isley was trying to foul him before he could get the dunk, but Shaq's still going to go to the free throw line. But good play by Robert Horry. He had outside position, not inside. Good feed, long down court pass, perfect. And Isley was trying to foul Shaq while the ball was in the air.
And you can't underestimate that pass. He threw that 94 that time, and that's an accurate pass. It looks basic and simple, but sometimes simplicity is the best.
Wow. And Bryant gets the assist for Shaquille right there, and O'Neal's got a game-high 11.
And that's what I'm always amazed that they don't run more of, the Shaq and Kobe pick and roll. You can't trap Kobe because they pick a set so deep, and you can't rotate little people over to pick up Shaq. Very difficult to defend that two-man game.
George the rebound on the Doliak miss. Here comes Fisher back to Devin George. And Shaq, who has done it all in this first quarter against Doliak. And before that, against Kurt Thomas.
See, by throwing that great pass the last time, Shaq makes the Knicks reluctant to come and help, and that'll get him baskets.
Devin George with the floater. Robert Horry vacuums it in. No shot clock, just the game clock. We're down to 17 seconds to play in the first quarter, and no fouls to give either way.
And you can see it takes two New York Knicks to box Shaq out. That's why Robert Horry was able to get that offensive board.
2, 4, 5. The whole team.
It's Devin George for three. Robert Horry at the buzzer. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Shaquille O'Neal, 11 points in 12 minutes. A couple rebounds and a couple of sensational assists. The Lakers have led by as many as 5. The Knicks have led by as many as 1. You're watching the NBA on TNT.
In a game that he plays, but you know, Shaq, when he's dominating inside and playing that dominant style, and Kobe's doing it, I mean, it's easy for those other guys, and those shots become more open and more open all the time.
Shaq has 14, and Kobe Bryant's got 12. 11 for Houston. Rebound by Robert Horry. He's come off the bench and collected 7 rebounds. Charlie Ward got in the way, and Tom Washington got in the way of Charlie Ward.
That's a great defensive play by Tom Washington.
That's why I said it, Bill.
I don't think that he was that good a defensive player when he played ball right there. That was good D. Transition defense.
Doliak back in with Houston, Othello Harrington, Sprewell, and Ward for the New York Knicks. Fisher back in, Bryant, Horry, Shaq, and Devin George. Shaquille O'Neal. Good fake on Doliak, who bit, and Shaq hooks it home. He's got a game high.
And as the game moves on, you're absolutely correct. Shaq warms up and gets looser. You know, in the beginning, I thought he's having far more trouble than I think he's having now in moving.
Shaq's got 13. Out of bounds off of the New York Knicks. Lakers are shooting 51%. The Knicks are shooting 41%.
And that's what I got a kick out of that Yao Ming matchup with him. You know, Yao Ming in the first 5 minutes of the game, Yao Ming had his way with Shaq. Did a good job of blocking a shot early in the game. Shaq destroyed him from that. Yao Ming was so tired the rest of the game.
Great looking three by Derek Fisher. And he has only gone 4 of his last 12. Above the three-point arc over the last 5 games. It gives the Lakers their biggest lead tonight. Ward for 3, and he can definitely knock it in from downtown.
You know what? They got so many good three-point shooters on the Knicks. There's one sad thing. They did not have Antonio McDyess in the lineup because he would create a lot more double teams, open three-point shots for the strength of their team, and be that low-post offensive presence that this team needs so much.
2-on-1. Ward. Around Kobe Bryant. What a move by Charlie Ward.
That was a Kobe Bryant kind of shot he put on Kobe Bryant.
Great feed. Bryant to Shaq. They work so well together.
What about that sweet little shot by Charlie Ward, though, right there? The scrambling quarterback. He looked like Fran Tarkenton driving down the lane.
Heisman Trophy winner. Shaq has 19. Kobe's got 13. Allen Houston, the only player in double figures with 11. Sprewell pops in a 3 from outside. He's got 8. 3 of 7 from the field.
How can New York trade Sprewell? You know, there's a lot of talk about that. I don't understand that. That guy is a very good player. If they trade him, it would only be for money, but they better get someone really good in return. And if I was a team out there and knew that the Knicks might want to trade him, man, I'd sure be trying to get him.
Great match. Oh, Kobe Bryant! He guards for human life! What a play!
Oh, my goodness.
Talk about a rim rattler.
Harrington at the other end.
That was sweet.
That's as good as it gets, folks.
But to add insult to injury, he didn't even smile after he did it. It looked like he was mad at someone.
Wow! Horry for 3. Uncovered, knocks it in. The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 shooting threes. The New York Knicks 4 of 8.
I'm telling you right now, they're getting their swagger back.
And did you see how wide open Robert Horry was?
That's Sprewell again.
You know what? That guy's never lost his swagger either. That's one thing I love about Latrell Sprewell. He plays with the swagger.
Hold on for Shaq. Buckle up inside as O'Neal elevates and goes airborne.
A whole lot of people better hope these guys don't make the playoffs. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, I can tell you right now, they're in the playoffs.
Oh, my goodness.
We've done a lot of games in this building, but the buzz in this building right now is amazing. 3-on-2 Fisher. Under 10 seconds to play. No fouls to give either way. Kobe for 3. Yes! Kobe Bryant has an assist.
I would say that's a little bit of a swagger to finish the half.
18 points for Bryant, 14 in the second quarter. But Shaq's 21 will take the Lakers to the locker room.
Oh, Craig Sager's over there with Kobe. I want him to see the replay. Get a monitor over there.
Wow.
This is just a lay-in drill right here, but they're getting an open court, putting so much pressure on Kobe in the backcourt. It's 2-on-1 down on at the other end of the court.
And then the big-time 3. And watch this. Wow. The electrifying Kobe Bryant is with our Craig Sager.
Okay, Kobe, we saw it again. Sprewell, one of the great defenders of the league, has you in the corner, almost steals the ball. You take it from there.
Yeah, well, he's being really aggressive on me, and it was important to be patient, utilize my footwork, clear some space, and go by him.
You've been playing so well. Player of the month in January, over 34 straight games. Why the difference?
Well, you know, coach wants me to be more aggressive for the benefit of the team. So as a consequence, he's been able to open up the offense for me, and I'll be able to create a little bit more, be a little more assertive at certain first points in the game to really get us going.
Well, thanks for the highlight reel. See more of you in the second half. Let's go back to Kevin.
The Lakers are back, and with authority. Shooting by the Lakers almost 60%. The Knicks are not too shabby, 48% themselves. 6 free throw attempt disparity in free throws and 10 more rebounds for Los Angeles. Right before halftime.
Well, you just hope that the Lakers aren't going to come out tentative in the second half, because this first half finish is unbelievable. Everybody, they're playing on all cylinders. They're getting dunks, they're getting lay-ins, they're getting three-pointers. They're doing everything, just dominating the game.
They're back.
Cheney, he said that these guys are professionals, and when Kobe made that dunk in the late in the second quarter, he thought his team just collapsed and started looking around and not playing the way they should. He also says we need to help out, not only on Kobe but Shaq, and forget about their three-point shooters. We can't guard everybody. Kevin.
Thank you, Craig. Lakers out there with Bryant, O'Neal, Samaki Walker, Fisher, and Fox. Shandon Anderson has taken the place of Houston. Driving inside is Kobe Bryant. And a foul. Anderson, Harrington, Sprewell. Isley just picked up that foul, and Kurt Thomas picking up his. Anderson picks up his first foul.
Well, and that's a terrible thing to have said about you if your coach said once a dunk was made in the ball game, the whole team collapsed.
Sprewell had him. There he goes again. Flying inside. That trickles off. Fox, the offensive rebound. Lakers have a commanding lead on the glass, plus 11.
Well, Houston's been bothered by a sore back and a bad toe. I think it's a combination of everything. His body's just beat up.
Howard Isley, one of the top assist men in the NBA. And only 3 of 11 shooting threes last 5 games. Knocks in that right there. He's got 8 points tonight. Kobe is ready to just do about anything acrobatic he can think of. He's concocting one great move after another.
Sprewell's too close, but Kobe's got his back turned right here. It's too easy. If you're that chest to chest on him, you know, that's just too easy to drive. When the guy turns his back, you got to retreat defensively a little bit with your forearm or your hand into his backside.
Well, and particularly once he touches the ball, if you're touching him, he doesn't have to look for you anymore. He can feel you. He can look at the floor and see where he wants to go.
Bryant with the miss. Walker with the rebound. Back out to Fisher. They swing it to Fox. Another three on the way. And down the pipe it goes.
Well, that's
6 of 7, John. 6 of 7 3-point shooting for the defending champions.
And absolutely, Kevin, that graph you showed with the effectiveness of scoring inside by the Lakers, that opens it up for the outside shooters like Fox. And if they hit those shots, then the Lakers will cause trouble for anybody.
Yeah, they're unbeatable when they do that. I mean, it's unbelievable. But you see we talk about the swagger of the Lakers, and we look over on the Knicks, and their heads are all down. They call timeout, and they walk out. They're all discouraged and frustrated because you're sitting there going, okay, we stop Shaq, we double team him, open three. They're picking their poison, and they're getting beat in every element.
Well, Danny, as you said earlier, the Knicks have been playing well at home. They've won 3 straight games at home, and the record here is 15 and 12.
Well, I just think that the Knicks are not a great team, especially on the interior. They don't rebound the ball very well. They don't have any low post scoring. They don't get to the free throw line. They rely on the three-point shot, so they're up and down. But they have been playing well, and the Lakers are vulnerable to that three-point shot, so you feel like they have a chance. But even though they've been shooting the ball well, the Knicks, from the outside, they just can't get the inside basket.
And the Lakers have been underachieving. Who are we kidding? You talk about a championship team. What they have to regain are the two things that we said. Their swagger, and it's still fair that a champion puts on a team that they come into to play against. How about that?
Bryant touch pass to O'Neal. This display is just mesmerizing.
Spreewell's good defensively. I mean, he does a great job. But Kobe has a tough time one-on-one. But right there, the big guys for the Knicks. I mean, it's just, we keep harping on it. They have no interior defense, but they don't help on the perimeter either. That was awful right there by Weatherspoon stepping out on the track.
Well, he split 2 guys. I mean, in 3 if you count his man that was sitting in the screen. I mean, that was an unbelievable play. That's hard to defend anyway.
Shaq from the free throw line tonight, 70%, 7 of 10, 60% for the season, 53% for his career. Shaq's got 23, Kobe's got 24. Spreewell, great fake. Isley. He's had a good third quarter. Howard Isley, 13 points in 16 minutes. 8 have come in this third quarter.
You see the Lakers practicing a little zone, maybe a little playoff zone right there. They got a 20-point lead, and it's a good opportunity, and they were moving a lot on that zone defense right there. I was impressed.
And that's what was good about it, Danny. You had 3 guys rotate towards the ball. Isley just hit a tough shot. You're absolutely correct. The Lakers definitely were working that time.
Lakers shooting 57% from the field. Knicks, a very respectable 48% from the floor. Out of bounds, turnovers tonight. Lakers with 10, Knicks with 13.
And that's what Walker's got to be able to do. He plays off of Kobe that time. The defense went to Kobe. He sliced to the basket. He couldn't get the handle on it to pick it up.
Nicely picked up by Fisher. A 3. Harrington didn't jump high enough. Walker did. Walker gets the rebound. Lakers play like this, fellas. The first and second round, Western Conference playoff is going to be phenomenal. Because I don't know if there's a lot of wiggle room right now in the West.
Howard Isley here swearing at the Knicks fans in the front row. They're getting on him. Howard Isley's playing fine.
Kobe Bryant once again. He's a flamethrower. Kobe Bryant has put in 27 points.
You know what? I mean, there's a lot of talk about MVPs and all that kind of stuff, but if he keeps playing at this level that he's played the last 5 games, I mean, he's definitely got himself back in the hunt after a slow start this year. He's definitely in consideration.
I agree.
I don't. I certainly think he's playing fantastic, but they've got to make the playoff #1 first, and then they've got to be reasonably successful. I still go with Chris Webber right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's back in the hunt.
He is. He's playing extremely well. He's back in the hunt, but he's not chasing the rabbit yet.
Chris Webber's on the bench.
But here's what John's playing. But Danny, here's what John's talking about. Without Shaq, they were 4-9. Kobe was the guy. With Shaq, 19 and 14. So, John, you've got those numbers at your back.
Why are you bothering to explain this to him?
Wait. What does that have to do with anything? First of all, these guys are playing terrible. I know Kobe was playing good early in the year. Not as good as he's playing now.
He's playing well. That's another mark on yours.
He's playing good, too. In fact, he's playing awesome. Sweet. Hey, but I mean, the guy he makes all the clutch shots for this team, and I'm just saying if they continue at this pace, I'm just assuming that they're going to get back in the play.
Kobe is playing as well as anybody is playing right now in the NBA. Chris Webber is the MVP.
Stanislav Medvedenko is in the game. Kobe Bryant, 27 minutes, 27 points. 11 of 17 from the field. He's done it inside with what was a great shot there. A dazzling array on the world's biggest stage, Kobe Bryant. He ranks in the league right there. He is the current Western Conference Player of the Month from the month of January. Already he's been a Player of the Week in the NBA 4 times. And of course he is the leading vote getter for the All-Star Game, which you'll see on TNT Sunday night.
And he's going to be the Player of the Month in February if he keeps up this pace. Maybe what he's already doing in February, it's amazing.
Sprewell went 9 of 9 from three-point territory against the Clippers Tuesday night here. Knocks that in. Sprewell's got 15. Allen Houston out for the game with the wrist injury. X-rays being taken right now.
Getting back to this whole thing, I'm not saying Kobe's the MVP. I agree with Coach. Chris Webber, although he's the MVP in this game right now, I can tell you that. Holy cow, every time we start talking about him, he just makes another miracle shot. But, you know, you got to have Chris Webber, Kobe, Jason Kidd, Tim Duncan, Shaq, and Kevin Garnett are in the hunt. One of those guys will be MVP when it's all. There's a lot of games to be played, and I'm just saying Kobe is back on the ballot.
Well, and there's no question about that. I think the guy is a great player because he plays at both ends of the floor. It's bad enough to put people in an all-star game without their team winning, but I don't want to give somebody the MVP unless their team makes the playoffs and it's having a significant impact on almost winning it. And his is not even in the playoffs right now.
Kobe's got 30 for the 5th consecutive game or more. Let's go to Craig Sager.
We mentioned the X-rays for Allen Houston. They are negative. I talked to Allen. He said he got hurt a minute into the game, got hit on the wrist. It wasn't until halftime it started to swell. That's why I wasn't able to continue to play, but the X-rays are negative.
That's Kurt Thomas. Rebound by Fox. Lakers continue their domination on the glass. Right now they are plus 15 in rebounding tonight. Lakers shooting 58%.
You know, Don Chaney was absolutely correct.
Oh, right between the eyes. Kobe Bryant with 33 points.
Don Chaney was absolutely correct about the Knicks. About the Knicks surrendering after that dunk. You want to see your team get more competitive, not less competitive on the performance of a competitor.
Weatherspoon. Shaq with the rebound. Shaq tonight, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Lakers have hit their last 7 3-point attempts, 8 of 9. Bryant again. Kobe with 35.
I don't know what else they can do. I mean, they're trying everything defensively. They're double teaming him on the pick and rolls. They're pushing the pick and rolls baseline. They've switched players up on him. I just don't think they have anything to stop Kobe.
Lee Nalen is in the game for the first time, and he misses.
Shaq played a little point guard here.
The toes don't need that. Give it up and get back down, big fella.
He needs it a couple times a game just so he doesn't get bored. He might not pass this.
He's working on Anderson, a pretty good defender. The other end for Shandon Anderson. Fisher there to defend. A foul on Fisher. Count the 2 for Shandon Anderson. Kobe Bryant, 35 points in 29 minutes tonight.
And just everything. I mean, 3-point shots. Get to the free throw line. Shooting with his left hand. Driving. Posting up. Shooting fadeaways.
And then even when that ball was taken away from him on that last possession, he dove and made a tremendous defensive effort to try to get that ball back. And that's what goes unnoticed because of his great offensive ability.
Performances that I'm sure even if you're not a Laker fan, you've got to appreciate, you've got to admire. It's phenomenal what we're watching tonight with Kobe Bryant, who has outscored the Knicks himself 17-16 in this quarter. Bryant getting it back in the shot. And Shaquille O'Neal with 27, Kobe with 35.
Well, Kobe got hammered going to the basket right there by Kurt Thomas. No call, but the result was good. Pretty good, easy basket for Shaq inside again.
Lee Nalen. Outside for Anderson. Stepped out of bounds.
You know, during each timeout, they keep checking the rim down here at the New York Knicks basket. I keep saying, hey, why don't we put it down at 8 feet and give them a chance? But I think the defense by the Lakers is causing the Knicks to have a little bit of blurry vision right there. They think that basket's crooked.
What they don't realize is they're running to the perfect storm, Kobe.
Well said.
That's exactly what is going on out there. You can measure the rim all you want to. You better guard it with all the team.
Oh, that's a sign of a great player too, when it causes you to make the rims look blurry.
Anderson kicked it. Well, tonight Bryant's got 35. And 17 of those points have come in this third quarter, where he shot 70%. As you can see, he's outscored the Knicks team by 1.
It's just one hell of a performance. You hear so many people compare it to Michael. This is more Michael-like than most things that I've seen in this league. I mean, you hear a lot of guys who put on shows and do fancy things they compare to Michael, but his playing at both ends and what he does in a competitive situation is as close to most things that I've seen with Michael.
Sean, I think you make a very good point. We'll pick that up in a second as we go to Craig Sager.
You also have to remember how far Kobe Bryant has come. I remember his rookie year when he averaged just 7 points a game as a 17-year-old. There was an injury to Eddie Jones. He got into the starting lineup for a stretch of 3 games. He scored over 20 and scored 30 points. Del Harris afterwards said, that's the worst thing that could happen. I said, what do you mean the worst? It's got to be the greatest thing for his confidence. He goes, no, now he'll be able to think that he can shoot all the time, and it'll be easy to score 30 points in this league. Well, I guess a few years later, it is easy for him to score 30.
Medvedenko digging his way for 2. Well, Danny, you've seen great players going back to the 70s. John has seen him going back to the 50s.
Watch yourself.
30s. Watch 60s.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, let's give you the benefit of the doubt.
Watch yourself.
But my question is, this 5-game span where he has averaged almost 40 points a game, taking this team on his back, leading them to what could be their 5th consecutive win tonight. And back into the... Is this as good a 5-game span as you've ever seen?
You know, this is like the great players. You know, we see Tracy McGrady, who's had 8 games plus over 30 points recently. And great players, it's amazing. You know, I always get hot in a game or a half. And I have a great game every now and then, like most role players. But Larry Bird used to stay hot for 6 weeks, and he used to go in these kind of stretches. It was amazing, and the great ones do that. They go for game after game with a lot of stretches, but so far this year, this is definitely the best. I mean, this is so fun.
This is unbelievable. Kobe Bryant, with 38 points in 31 minutes, continues to dazzle the sellout crowd at Madison Square Garden. Fisher knocked it away. Harrington gets it back. Buck 18 to play here in the third quarter.
The Lakers defense is awesome. They are moving and running and scrapping.
Nice shot put up and in by Shandon Anderson, the former Rocket and former Utah Jazz player.
We can talk all we want. You know, the Lakers, they kind of tried to turn it on Christmas Day against Sacramento. Sacramento took their best punch, and that was devastating to the Lakers because they played so hard that day. But you know what? And they started facing the other team's best shot, but they keep playing that hard night in and night out like they have been. That's why they're winning all their games.
Fox missing. Kobe got whacked in the eye, and a little blurry-eyed as he goes back the other way on defense with a half minute to play here in the third. The Knicks are shooting 47%. Lakers are shooting 60. That's right, 6-0. Shandon Anderson.
That was a very good pass by Thomas. He reacted to the double team. The cutter made a great cut, and he threw it to Anderson.
Lakers have led by as many as 34. The Knicks have had 1 lead of a point tonight.
If you put Shaq and Kobe out on the court and take any 2 Lakers and let the Knicks play with 5 against 4, I think the Lakers would still win this game.
The crowd is stunned.
The Knicks fans are starting to cheer for Kobe now.
Wouldn't you?
No.
Last time down, remember now, and on the offensive side, he got inadvertently hit in the face by the defending Shandon Anderson. Maybe it was Lee Naylor.
Oh, he looked like he hit himself in the face. He's all right.
Well, we saw he's all right. He just knocked in his 40th point.
I'm wondering why he hadn't gotten hit in the face more than what he's doing out there to them.
No question. Man, and this is another thing that great players do. I mean, Kobe Bryant, we know what his number is, 40 points right now.
2-on-1, sweet pass. Wipe it away, will not come with the jump.
That's what you get, man. but the loss of Joe Smith for 3 weeks could hurt Minnesota. The only thing stopping Portland right now is the upcoming 4-day All-Star break. Conspiracy theories are cropping up all over, or am I just paranoid? Milwaukee steamrolling up the Eastern Conference. Next stop, Boston, 4th place. And finally, a giant nod to Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton, a dynamic backcourt on a team that does not get enough credit, the Detroit Pistons.
And Rick Carlisle, we asked Don Chaney, the Knicks coach, the two best teams in the East. He said Indiana and Detroit. That record 32-15, surprising a lot of people.
They're so deep. You know, they don't really have any superstars. They just have a lot of quality players, and their bench is every bit as good as their starters.
Michael Doliak. Lakers have not scored in this quarter. They led by 30 coming in. The lead down to 20 right now. Sprewell for 3. It's a 17-point game with under 8 to play.
Well, they better be careful because you're letting them ease back into this game. This crowd will turn on them. You take Kobe out, you put Shaq back in, so you have one of your superstars in. But if you don't watch out before we know it, we'll be into a dogfight.
Well, when they were up 30, you could tell they kind of turned their brains off. And it's hard to turn the brain back on. And then, you know, usually it takes Shaq 5 minutes to get going in a regular game. In this 4th quarter, it might take him until they get within 10 before he gets real serious.
Charlie Ward for 3. A 16-0 run by the New York Knicks. Ward with the 3 right there, and tonight he's got 2 threes. That's 500 for his career. Very few Knicks have accomplished that.
Well, they're putting confidence back in the Knicks now. I mean, you talk about how they're coming back. This is what has happened to the Lakers as a season. They've got to definitely still maintain that kill factor here.
A little over 5 minutes before the Lakers get their first field goal right there from Derek Fisher.
Big shot by Fisher right there, but you can see, you know, Kobe kind of looked like he was just going through the motions there in the 4th quarter. Shaq, and all of a sudden, the Knicks are feeling it, and they have nothing to lose. So it's always amazing to me that, you know, people say, well, why don't they do this the whole game? Well, it's a whole different mindset. They're down by 30, and they're just jacking them up free and easy.
Sprewell's got 21. Here comes Shaq, plowing his way inside into Doliak, and a foul called on Doliak.
A little bit of a slow start, but them in Portland, you know, people aren't talking much about them. It's all Sacramento and Dallas, and I think the 5 really good teams out west.
Still a 13-point Laker lead. Brian Shaw. He'll lock it in. He has been shooting horribly last 3 games. But the last 5 games, only 3 of 14. Shaw tonight has gone 2 of 2.
So the Shaq in the lineup, Kevin, that gives Shaw a free chance.
Sprewell has got 24.
Well, and you wonder whether Kobe's coming back real soon, too, because, you know, these games with these 3-point shots will put you back in the game in a hurry.
Brian Shaw for 3. Shaw, a 30% 3-point shooter in his career. Naylor, good move by Fisher. Doliak. Sprewell, who went 9 for 9 from 3-point territory Tuesday. And they get it down low to Harrington. Rebound by Ori, the rebounding advantage, standing at plus 13 for the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers are down to 55% shooting, and the New York Knicks, who have shot well all night long, shooting 51%.
You know, people ask me all the time, how does that happen in the NBA? And, you know, we talk about the Lakers just letting up a little bit, but the other thing is, these are incredible shots the Knicks are hitting. These guys are phenomenal players, and they're getting momentum, and they just can't stop the momentum of these great players. So, you know, this doesn't happen at other levels quite as much because you don't have this level of talent. People that can't score 30 points in the gym by themselves at those lower levels sometimes.
Well, remember, earlier this season, the Lakers were down by 28 to Dallas and came back and beat the Mavericks. Ori with the miss. Doliak, who has come off the bench with 6 points and 5 rebounds, gets it for New York. Plenty of time to play. Approaching 4 minutes remaining in the 4th. Doliak again.
Well, see, and that's a problem because he's sitting there screen and stepping out, and Shaquille definitely does not want to go out there and guard him there. The Lakers had better tighten up defensively.
And all this happening without the Knicks' leading scorer, Allen Houston, out from halftime on because of a wrist injury suffered early in the game. Shaq, look at Doliak pushing and grinding on Shaquille O'Neal.
Here tonight.
Kobe Bryant, Doliak with the rebound.
What about Charlie Ward? He's been huge.
Looking inside, out of bounds, off New York. Ward off the bench, 15 points in 22 minutes. He's got 10 assists, a double-double for Charlie Ward off the bench.
And that's a catchable pass by Nealon. Nealon's got to be able to catch that because once Charlie hits a couple of baskets, the defense will spot up on him, and he did the right thing. He tried to find somebody else open.
What about that turnover? 16 Laker turnovers, 17 for the Knicks. What a shot!
We got a ball game.
Michael Doliak with 10 points, all in this fourth quarter. And now the Garden is alive. It's Robert Ory. He'll put up a three. Shaq inhales the rebound. And a foul inside. It's on Doliak. He is gone. Look at the Knicks, 5 of 5. Three-point shooting in the point. We've got a game at the Garden as they're on their feet.
Swagger, we talk about fear factor, and the Knicks just woke us all up.
What about Latrell Sprewell? He's made 14 of his last 15 three-point shots.
He's hit his last 5 threes, too, Danny, and that's been impressive. And a good defensive play right there by Latrell Sprewell. As Kobe Bryant coughs it up. Lakers led by 34 points.
So, and this is what the Knicks were not doing earlier. They didn't meet the challenge. When the Lakers took off on them and got very competitive, the Knicks sort of went quiet, but now they're starting to really compete.
Charlie Ward for three. Kurt Thomas with the rebound. Sprewell saves it. Under 2 to play. Nice pass, Harrington to Naylor. The Knicks have their highest scoring fourth quarter this season.
Well, and it's on the Lakers now. You'll see psychologically, this is a psychological chess game. The Knicks really went flat, and now they've responded, but now the Lakers have sort of calmed down. They've got to respond right now to adversity.
Oh, Harrington almost let it slip away.
And now the game's getting close. Now let's see if those shots are going to go down. It's always easy to make the shots when you're behind by 30. All of a sudden, the game gets within 5. But this defense and this offense of the Knicks has really stepped up. Right here, Sprewell's taking the challenge. He sees the screen, just does a great job with those long arms, stripping the ball from Kobe. And Robert Ory keeps that ball alive. Charlie Ward staying active. Charlie Ward, again, he's just been a big factor. Him and Sprewell are single-handedly bringing this team back.
Sprewell rejected by Shaquille O'Neal. He's had 3 blocks tonight. He had 7 the other night in Indianapolis against the Indiana Pacers.
The Lakers look tired. Both Ory and Shaquille O'Neal took a long time coming across the 10-second line.
Shot clock at 7. Kobe Bryant into Shaq, fouled by Harrington. The Knicks have come back one time this season from a deficit large enough to talk about in terms of tonight, 17 points when they came back to beat Indiana. And no team in the NBA has played more close games this season than New York, with O'Neal at the line, where he is 10 of 13. The New York Knicks have played 13 games this year of 3 points or less, and they're 6 and 7 in those games.
I think the Lakers went on their all-star break about 12 minutes too soon.
But it happened right at the time that they substituted. It looked as if the game was over. The Knicks picked up a lot of confidence once they substituted, started rotating Shaq and Kobe.
The best news about this, they might not have an open in the next game.
Sprewell. He thought he was clipped. No call made. Out of bounds, the air ball sails. Sprewell 9 of 16, 24 points and 5 threes in a row until that miss right there.
Yeah, but he's fussing with the official and didn't pick up.
Sprewell picks up his 5th foul. Let's see if Sprewell had a point.
Yeah, he got hit on the wrist a little bit, but the only thing I'll say about that is they got Kobe twice early in the game and they weren't called. What goes around comes around, called the snake bite. The good defenders get away with it.
The snake bite.
Just tap the shooter's wrist or tip their elbow.
And that really was a slight tap. He might have fouled him, but he really didn't hit him that hard.
That's all it takes on a three-point shot, though. That'll throw it off.
For Kobe Bryant. Shaquille O'Neal's put in 33. Timeout.
He's playing awesome this year. He's having a great year, kind of quietly.
30 seconds left. Harrington. 6-point game.
You know, the Lakers will probably win this game, but they had a chance to come out of here feeling great. You know, they're just like the cow that gave the bucket of milk and kicked it over. They ruined some of the they ruined some of the psychological benefits of this game, I think, by what they've done.
I think they feel pretty great, though. That first
they should feel great with any victory now. But heck, it gave some other people some more confidence in thinking you can come back on. They've got to be intimidating. I think. With their performance, of course.
But I'll tell you what, though, I mean, again, we got to give the New York Knicks credit. They are #1 in the league in three-point shooting, and we saw that incredible three-point shooting out there that got them back in the game. There's not very many teams that can shoot the three like New York and make that kind of a quick run. So maybe Dallas, Milwaukee, few teams.
Mark Manson has come in. There goes Shaq. Shaq will lead with 33 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists from the free throw line tonight. He was 11 of 15. 9 seconds to play. Kobe ties, guys, the season high with his 46 points tonight.
This has definitely been the perfect storm tonight. These are the problems the Knicks have had.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, Val Madsen. Out there.
Lakers winning 114-109, but remember they led by 34 points late in the third quarter and could not put the Knicks out. Knicks outscored them 48-19 down the stretch. Craig Sager, let's go to you.
Well, Kobe, obviously your night, terrific first half, 22 points in the third quarter, but you had to come off the bench to save the victory. What effect does that have on this team, the fact that you blew the 34-point lead?
Not much, really. I mean, we've blown 34-point leads before, unfortunately, but I think at this point in time in the season, it's just important to get a win. And it does kind of feel good to kind of have some type of a game on the road where the home team comes back and you have to stop their momentum.
You only come to New York once a year, playing here in the Garden. What was it like for you to have such a great game here tonight?
I love New York City, man. I really do. It's just, this is the mecca of basketball, and I just love coming here to play. It's a beautiful gym.
13-4 since Christmas Day. Is the swagger back, and what does it feel like as being a Laker now?
You know, we're just playing very well right now. The important thing is that we're taking it game to game, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to heal our wounds over the All-Star break, come back second half of the season, and hopefully be a better team.
Well, you're hot. See you in Hotlanta this weekend.
All right.
Yep.
Lakers have won 5 straight. They've won 4 straight on the road. Kobe with 46 and Shaq with 33. The Knicks had 7 players in double figures, led by Sprewell's 24.